Good morning, beloveds. Running a little bit behind today. It's Monday. Who knows? So, let's get into this. Today is May 8th. Our title is Resolutions to Results. And our author is Jennifer Holder from her lesson at Unity of Gaithersburg, January of 2015. All right. Goal setting. A resolution is a declaration. I am clear. This is who I am. This is what I want. What is that saying? If I can conceive it, I can believe it, and I can achieve it or receive it. We are getting in touch with the truth about our heart's desire. We are not talking about how do we put magic. We are not talking about how do we put a magic penny in the machine and get what we want. We are talking about a resolution within ourselves so that we learn to be bold, to be accountable, to be loved. And as we return to those tools, we can achieve our heart's desire. We have to have faith to trust in our journey. We get to trust that faith and listen to that guidance. I've got to give up my good to make room for my better. Goal awakening. Awakening occurs when we are willing to do the work. Several weeks ago, we lost a great Unity leader, Dr. Johnny Coleman. And she used to say, it works if you work it. It works if you work it. Okay. It's about our individual journey of working it and whether we are willing to also broaden our perspective to see how it affects our family, our friends, and spiritual community. Because if it works when we work it as an individual, how is it going to be when we work it as a whole church? There's no limit. There's no limit. There is no limit. There is no limitation in peace. Not right or wrong, not good or bad, just peace. I get what she's saying. I had a little trouble when she would repeat herself, and I'm like, did I read that right? Okay. So, it sounds like what she's doing what we call treat and move your feet. So, the first part is goal setting is about coming into alignment with who you are. It's like, who are you? Getting to know who you are. And then when she does the goal awakening, that is putting action behind your statements. And she also was expanding it out, because I was reading in the practitioner training, or advanced studies in consciousness is what they call it now. I was reading about, they were talking about what you want for everybody, you have to want. What you want for yourself, you have to want for everybody. You can't leave anybody out. And so that's exactly what she's saying. It's like, okay, you've done the work of knowing who you are. Now you've got to do the work. Go, put action behind your treatments. Go out and do stuff. But also expand it out. It's not just about you. Whatever good you want for yourself, you got to be willing to want that good for absolutely everybody. You can't leave anybody out, no matter what. You've got to want this good, whatever good it is that you're working on, you got to want it for everybody. So we also call that treat and move your feet. And then if you haven't watched the Sunday service, I encourage you to go back and watch the Sunday service, the May 7th of 2023. God knows, just in case you're watching this 5 years later, because Reverend Jesse was talking about faith. And what he was talking about was the fact that faith isn't something we have to build. That's the good news. Faith isn't something we have to build. Faith is something we have because something has faith in us. God has faith in us. Spirit has faith in us. We don't want to have faith in spirit. What we want to do is have the faith of spirit. We want to recognize that something outside of us, or well, not outside of us, inside of us, all around us, that thing that there's only, the only thing that exists has enough faith for all of us. And I use this metaphor because, I grew up in the country, about stepping on a hose. It's like, you know, you're always connected to the infinite source of whatever it is that you want. You're always connected to it. So the resolutions are about coming in line with that, recognizing that you're always connected, and recognizing that part of the problem could be you have your foot on the hose. It's like when we were children and we would kink that hose. Okay, I have a younger brother. So you kink the hose, and the little brother picks it up and looks at it, and then you let it go, and then they get it. The water's always flowing. But we can kink it in a variety of ways. You know, we can get a twist in our hose. We can step on our hose. Usually it's us getting in our own way. Like we're around the corner pulling on the hose and we don't understand why it's not coming because it's twisted around a tree. You know, been there, done that. So the first part of it is working that out. It's like, let's take a good look and see where are we, you know, where we hung up around a tree, you know, where are we standing on the hose that we shouldn't be, where we got a kink in it. And sometimes other people will kink that hose for us. And then we got to look at them and go, yeah, no. And so we come into alignment with who we are. And then the second part of it is, okay, well, now everything's flowing. What are you going to do with it? What flowers are you going to go water? You know, what actions are you taking to get what it is that you say you want? Because frequently people will say, this is what I want. And then they sit there. And it's like, okay, but it's right there. You know, all you got to do is take 3 steps that way. And then they just sit there. So it's like, okay, do you really want it? Or are you just saying that you want it because you've been told that you want it? So, you know, there's some of that. So sometimes we say what we want because we've been told that that's what we want. That's why she's talking about coming into alignment with who you are. Is this really what you want? And then the second part of it being willing to take the action steps necessary. It works if you work it. It works if you work it. And then being willing to expand that out. It's like whatever it is that you want, are you willing to have it for everybody? Because that's the way it works. We're all one. All right. Very nicely. I appreciated that. Goal setting, goal awakening. Jennifer Holder. All right. So the mission today, should we choose to accept it? Well, to have faith in and to trust our journey. We've got to trust that faith and listen to that guidance. Or there is that line. The mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to give up our good to make room for our better. And that can be a hard thing. That can be a hard thing, to give up our good to make room for our better. I've told you about the monkey trap where they drill a hole in a coconut, put some treats in the coconut, and then the monkey will put his hand in there and he grabs the treats, and the hole's big enough to get the empty hand in, but not big enough to get the full hand out. Don't fall into the monkey trap. Be willing to give up your good to make room for your better. That's the mission. That's a heck of a mission. That's a heck of an ask, but you know, when you are in alignment with your faith, step off that hose. All right. I also encourage you to do the spiritual practice of doing something loving for yourself, doing something kind for yourself, doing something compassionate for yourself, whatever that is, whatever it is. It can be as simple as taking a deep breath before you speak. And it can be taking a walk, taking a nap, taking a day off, making some room in your time in your day for play. You know, it looks like eating dessert first. What I'm clearly talking about, and I'm not hiding it, is self-care. The spiritual principle of practicing love, kindness, and compassion on yourself is about self-care. If we are going to work it, if we are going to come into alignment with who we are, then we need to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves and making room for joy. All right. Your life is a special occasion. I encourage you to make room for joy no matter what's going on in the world. Okay? The world can be a hot mess and frequently is. You deserve joy. Okay? Make room for it. All right. I'm just, because of where I am in my morning and still have a couple more things to do, I'm going to go ahead and move through the rest of my suggestions. I do encourage you to do something to engage your mind and your body. We're up for thunderstorms all week, but we got the bike ride in this morning because the thunderstorms are coming this afternoon with the heat, of course. I do encourage you to drink plenty of water. Hydration is super important. Your brain works better when it is well hydrated. It also helps with muscle cramps because sometimes we get those muscle cramps because we're dehydrated. I do encourage you also to get early in your day bright light. If, like we are, where we're it's going to be, raining for the next week and a half, artificial light helps too. I'm talking about, it's called a circadian rhythm. That starts with a C, by the way, if you decide to Google it. It is a natural hormone cycle. The early in your day bright light helps to reset those hormones. You'll have more energy during the day. You'll sleep better at night. It's science. You can look it up. And as always, I do encourage you to open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. Ernest Holmes wasn't kidding. There is one, and everything is made from that one, which means it's all God. Heaven is a state of mind. It is a state of consciousness. It is something that you already have pre-installed. We call it the Christ consciousness. But that heavenly state of mind is already there. You want access to that? The password is love. All right. That's why we talk about whatever good you want, you got to want for everybody. That's part of that. That's part of that heavenly mindset. That's part of that unity, that recognizing it's all one. So, and once you learn to do it for yourself, and that's really the only way, that heavenly mindset, once you learn to do it for yourself, nobody can take it away from you. So practice. All right. Open the windows of your soul, learn how to do that, and take care of yourself. Then you can take care of everybody else. Then you can live a life of service. Can't pour from an empty cup. So, and you can always take Emma's advice, look for the good and praise it. That is a great way to do it. Gratitude will get you everywhere. Absolutely. It's one of those things. It works. And it works when you work it, as she says. So, or as she was quoting Johnny Coleman. So it works when you work it. All right. I am at the point of, let me encourage you to have a great day, wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful filled day, a working it day, a knowing who you are day, a doing the work day, a listening to the guidance day, a trusting the faith day, a having the faith of God day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. You are a beloved child of God, a divine spark, a brilliant light. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action, in whom God is well pleased and well represented. Or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, we're godlings. Kind of like saplings, We're growing. We're growing into who we are. All right? So watch that journey. Watch that journey with the awe and amazement that it is. And trust that you got it. Everything you need is already within you. So, and then you can go out and get the material stuff that, to take care of the material. But spiritually, you're good. Okay. Oh, and I forgot the social media part. I guess I should do that now. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark, especially since we made such a big deal about it on Sunday. Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. I want you to know that when you like and share and subscribe, it helps to bump the algorithms for us. And when you subscribe, then it notifies you when we post new content on any of the platforms. So please feel free to do that. And if you want to know what's going on with the center, email info@creativelife.org. That will get you on the constant contact. It says click here now. It means it will take you right to the information you want or to the person that you need. That will help you get it. Okay. So then the rest of it is Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I should be back with you around 9 a.m. Take care of yourself. Know that you're loved. And I will see you next time.